All right, guys, welcome back. I kind of kept this quiet for a little bit because I had some pain in my heart, and I haven't really updated you guys on this car yet. But if you look behind me on the lift there's the 84 Capri with the Terminator swap and the Whipple and all that mess. Turns out when you're an idiot like me and you go all the way with everything else and then put a used short block in, problems arise, and the problems have arose. So the motor's coming out right now, and we're gonna send the texted block out to get built up because I want this car to be strong and dependable, and with the boost and all the other mods, it's gotta be. And I'm not gonna build this car in circles. I'm gonna build it right, and this needs to happen. So check it out. So in all actuality, you know, it wasn't like I cheaped out on the car. I did in fact do an 03 Cobra rotating assembly, and it's got a steel crank and a manly rod and the stock piston, and I was hoping for the best, but as you do, you know, you never really know. You take a gamble when you buy used stuff, and unfortunately the cards weren't in my favor this time. But you know, looking at the positives, it now allows me to pretty much build myself a bulletproof setup. I already had the cylinder heads taken care of, ported and guides, and we have some cams going in now, and I'm really going above and beyond this time because you know, I'm not gonna be in the same position I was. So in a few short minutes, we're gonna drop the powertrain out from the bottom, and we'll get it all broken down and sent off to the machine shop. But I'm actually excited about doing this because this is the last thing the car needed, and you know, it's gonna get me that much more further in the end. There it is in all its glory. Dropping out the bottom kind of makes it easy, especially when you have a tubular K-member setup and a coilover setup. You can fight the headers down here like a normal human. But I'm gonna get some of this broken down and talk a little bit about it and see what the future holds for this setup. All right, so we're here with Mike. Got the powertrain out, got the valve covers off, doing an initial inspection. What are your thoughts, Mike?
Well, it's nice to see that, you know, we don't have any, we weren't concerned exactly, we don't know exactly what the noise is coming from. We already know that, you know, we don't have the perfect clearances with the pistons and the wall. But we wanted to make sure that we didn't have a chain tensioner type problem or something like that, and we had slack or just had a tappet that was making some noise. I mean, like Nick and I just talked about a few minutes ago before we went back on camera, that with the Whipple supercharger he has, I didn't feel confident at the power level that we're going to be running at for long term. And we want something that he can drive daily. The goal here is to have something he can drive back and forth to work every day and go out on the weekends and have a good time. So I didn't think that was the best combination to have long term. And we got a noise, yeah, so let's go ahead and get it apart, put the rods and pistons in it so we can, you know, get all the clearances back in check. And,
the only other thing is if we're going to obviously introduce more power, and right now I'm kind of using the 525 pump and a 60-pound injector, and I knew that the injector was just to get it to run, but you had some recommendations as far as injectors.
Seeing that we're on a Holly system, so we got a closed loop operation, so I'd rather be over injected to begin with to give ourselves some room in case we have a little bit of fuel pressure drop or something like that, or a cold night. I don't want this thing to be at 90% of the duty cycle and then try to make a rip on the highway. Yeah. So I think we're going to go up to like an ID 1050X, something like that. Love to put it on the 85. But that's not practical where we live. Fuel is going to hurt the thing, you know, just getting lean. So we're going to avoid that. With
the Gen 2 2.9 with the crusher, cams, you know, and a billet rod, what are you thinking power level?
We're going to be north of 700. I mean, that should be, you know, pretty straightforward. I don't see that being an issue at all. I mean, it could be more alive. It just comes down to is, you know, being a daily is, you know, we can put the big dyno number up, but I think we can daily drive it 700 plus.
Yeah,
it'll be plenty of power, and it'll be a blast to drive. So you get some unsuspecting victims on the roads.
Thanks for your advice, Mike.
Not a problem.
Appreciate it. All right, let's get it torn down. So we get the block broken down. You'll see it shortly. It's in the back of the truck. Me and Brian are going over to Ludlow, Mass, to Rad Auto Machine, and we're gonna get an idea of what we can do to strengthen this mod motor, and I don't know, make the number. Have a pretty nasty street car. Stay tuned.
$1.25. Couple Strap it down, couple pulls, here you go. Yep.